Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the T28 HTC. This is a tier 7 American premium tank destroyer with preferential matchmaking. The game I'm playing is a standard battle on Northwest with tier 7 as the top tier and no artillery. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and improved ventilation. I'm using an American crew which has 18 crew skills and perks. And I've platooned up with Cowboy Arizona, who is also in a T28 HTC. Now, one thing I'm going to point out right off the start here is that my platoon mate and I accidentally went on separate roads, and on this map it's not that easy to just cut over. So for now we're going to be fighting separately, but even though I was alone over here and so I'm vulnerable to swarming, I still decided to be quite aggressive, and I'm actually flanking around the main fight of heavy tanks, which is not something you can say too often with the T28 HTC. I've gotten two very easy shots on a Nashorn here, and that gives me my first kill of the game without breaking a sweat. That OI there is quite a dangerous tank for me to be fighting. The HE shells that the OI runs can deal a huge amount of damage. Even though it won't get a full penetration on my thick armor, it still would have been enough to make a big impact on my very limited hit points. Fortunately, the OI has decided not to help his IS-2 teammate, and this allows me to just rip this heavy tank apart without any trouble. And my first shot actually took out his engine, which made the rest of these really easy. Uh-oh, a medium tank has snuck up behind me and I'm now taking shots to my rear. I quickly just try to duck into cover here and signal help from my teammates since I don't have a turret, but no one seemed to respond to the call, and so I'm on my own for this one. That's a big hit and I catch the Skoda on fire. Burn, baby, burn. Sadly, I was just short of being able to finish him off, but after burning for that long, I'm sure most of his modules are damaged, and probably a few crew members. I'm looking at the tactical situation here, and I'm seeing that the enemy is starting to put pressure around my base. So I'm going to drive along that center road that I came down at the start of the game. Driving all the way across the map again isn't exactly ideal for the T28 HTC, but at least I was able to finish off that medium tank for a little bit of entertainment on the way back. A little bit of luck there, because I didn't even stop to aim that shot. The enemy's putting some good pressure on the base here. They already have two tanks capturing, and to make matters worse, this Churchill 7 is running interference for them. My first shot doesn't go through, but thankfully I've got my platoon mate at my back, and I get a good ram here to stop the Churchill 7 from getting around my side. Still, these are precious seconds I'm losing while my base is being captured. Fortunately though, I have a heavy tank teammate off to my right that is doing a great job at resetting those capture points. Even with those few resets, I still want to get back and defend the base. Unfortunately, a T29 shows up to my left, and that makes a huge problem for when I'm trying to get shots on the base. But I was able to coordinate with my platoon mate here, and he's able to keep that T29 distracted. But he's in a hull down position, and so his tank has the advantage over my platoon mate and another heavy tank which has come to support him. That's a painful shot to miss on that Tiger 131, and it ends up costing my Tiger 1 teammate his life. And even worse now, I have to fight that Tiger 131 on my own. Now you're going to get to see something that I always do with the T28 HTC, and that's overestimating its turning ability. This thing can be so easy to swarm when it's not in position. Luckily that Tiger 131 shot just destroys my track but doesn't deal any damage. The 131 ran into a dead tank there, which gives me an opportunity, but I hit a dead tank with my shot. The Tiger 131's definitely not at his top speed, and I'm able to turn just fast enough to get the finishing shot. Wow, that could have been a disaster. Unfortunately, during that time, my platoon mate was destroyed, but I avenged his death. The last enemy was just spotted at their base, and so that's a nice scenic drive all the way across the map again, and I'm going to take that same road right down the center. That OI is pretty slow, so I'm not too worried about him going around one of the flanks and out-capping us. I've sped this up quite a lot here because this is 2.5 minutes more of driving, which is not very interesting. The OI is making a final stand in the corner, and he's got a good amount of hit points, but I'm able to hit him big here. To mount a more effective defense, this OI needed to position himself so that he could shoot and then back behind cover to be completely hidden, because his reload is too long, and so he's just sitting out here and being a pinata for me. That gives me the final kill to finish off the game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I managed to earn 70,000 silver without any multipliers, and 7,224 experience with the 2x daily bonus. In this game, I dealt 4,249 damage, assisted with 596 damage, and destroyed 8 enemies while blocking 1,460 damage. This earned me High Caliber, Mastery Badge Ace Tanker, Steel Wall, Top Gun for destroying 6 enemies, Devastator for destroying 7, and a Radley-Walters for destroying 8. This game was just shortly after I had gotten my first mark of excellence with the T28 HTC, but I've since gotten my third mark. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,189. I managed to hit 17 of my 20 shots and penetrate 16 of those. And I drove a total of 3.22 kilometers, which is probably the most I've done with this tank. My platoon mate Cowboy Arizona also had a good game with 2,103 damage. In terms of crew and module damage, I destroyed the engine in the Nashorn, destroyed the engine in the IS-2, damaged the ammunition and radio and destroyed the fuel tank in the Skoda, and destroyed the engine and injured the loader in the Churchill 7. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that exciting game with the T28 HTC. We got to see how effective this tank could be outside of the normal head-on fighting situations. Just remember to not overestimate that turning speed. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.